Hello, this is Nick and welcome to my channel. Can you believe it? We're at the third week of January already. This is crazy fast. Anyway, it's been a while since I posted a video, so I decided to show you how I do my weekly planning. So first, I mark out the corners of the boxes that I want to use for the layout. I do it this way because it's quicker to lay out and easier to erase later on. And then next, I take my fine liner. I am using the Tombow Drawing Pen, and this is a 01 tip. I am using my 20 cm ruler or 8-inch ruler. This is my favorite length for a ruler because you can go vertically throughout the entire page without moving it around too much, unlike the 6-inch ones. And so how I go about this is using the pencil marks that I did. I just make the lines basically. Then next, I use this sticky notes as a mask because I want to cover the entire top row with black ink. If you've seen my previous plan with me back in 2020, you would notice that I use this technique a lot where I use sticky notes to mask areas where I want to put ink on. This makes the lines straighter, although a lot of times this is not perfect and I still do commit mistakes, and because there's a lot of ink, the paper tends to get saturated and you tend to put ink in different parts of the page when the sticky note is still wet. But overall, I love how easy it is to do this, and the lines are straighter, and really it's more of the technique of putting your sticky note down and making sure everything is sticking well, and also drying out the paper a little so that it doesn't leave an inky residue on your paper when you move on to a new part. I don't know if you noticed, but I give my paper a few seconds to at least dry a little, and also I alternate the paper so that it doesn't get saturated, because the one at the top and at the bottom gets saturated easily, with the bottom getting saturated more. That's what I noticed. So I spin them around and change the ones that I use from time to time, like switch the places around so that I have less ink on my paper on the parts where when I try to stick them and the paper is saturated, it kind of bleeds through to the page, something like that. So I'll show you a picture later where you can see all of these dirty stuff. Anyway, here it is before the pen. And here is a close-up with all of the little dirty parts. Next up is filling it out. So what I do is go back to the previous week and mark out all of the things that I did or the ones that I might return to this week. So I do that from my main task list on the weekly dashboard. Then I'll also go through my dailies and look out for which ones I haven't completed yet. And while doing this, I also list down on a different paper which ones I am going to focus on for next week and which ones are gonna be like the top 3 things that I want to accomplish for next week, which is my goals. You'll notice the paper that I'm using here has some color on the sides, and this is the mask that I'm using for my time blocking so that I don't waste the paper. I do the pre-planning or this thing, like writing everything down, so that when I write it on my actual weekly dashboard, everything's there and I've already thought out of what I wanted to put in. So going back to the dashboard, I am using a white pen. This is a Jelly Roll with a 0.8mm point, and I just listed out the dates and the headers on the black part that I did. And then here I am writing out my to-dos, and later on I will write my focus for the week and my goals for the week and the things that I'm tracking for this week. I don't have anything to put on the calendar, so you'll notice that the 7 days of the week are empty, because so far this week I have no appointment or whatsoever or something that I'm watching out for. Everything's just it's just a normal day. Oh, and if you haven't already, please hit subscribe and the like button, of course, for this video, and hit subscribe and the bell button to get notified of new videos. So this is it, all finished up, and I hope you learned something in this video. Till next time, bye!